Hello. Hey, I'm Jay Zims, and today I'm gonna make the Hammer of Yeet. At least I'm trying. This is all part of my experiment to learn how to build Minecraft add-ons using JavaScript in Minecraft Bedrock. So the idea is a hammer that hits mobs, but instead of doing damage, it just yeets them into the sky. I think it's only going to be for passive mobs because otherwise it'd probably be overpowered. I'm trying to be useless but also hilarious. That's kind of what we're going for with this. I'm very new to building add-ons. If you check my old videos, I have done a very basic intro where we built a angry cow that did melee damage, and it went pretty hilarious. If you want to go check that out. But this is my second attempt at building something new, going for the Hammer of Yeet today. I hope it works. We'll get into it. Let me know in the comments as we're going along what you think about it, if you have any ideas for it or any other add-ons that would be fun to make. But I'm a JavaScript developer, and I just thought it'd be a fun way to interact with the game. The game is super flexible. You could pretty much do whatever you want in there. So yeah, let's get into it. First, I'm just gonna see if I can get the item to spawn at all. So let's jump in to Minecraft, add the add-on, and see if we can even get it to work at all. Welcome to the stream. Hey, what's up, Chewy? Hey, you should try Helldivers 2, bro. Feel like you'd like it? All right, man. A lot of people have been telling me that game is sick, so I might have to check it out once we finish the Hammer of Yeet. All right, let's go. Hey, yo, Chewy, what's up? Welcome to the stream. I was just talking about Helldivers. What do you like about it, bro? A lot of people that at my work have been telling me I need to get on it as well. Anyway, we're jumping in, trying to make the Hammer of Yeet today. I'm going to see if I can just get my first iteration to spawn in the world at all. And then we'll go from there trying to add stuff. Hammer of Yeet. Yeah, that's right. So it's supposed to be just a hammer that yeets mobs instead of doing damage. That's what we're going for. Let's get into it. Also, I scaffolded this thing, just basic setup. It's not doing much of anything at all right now. This resource packs directory is where most stuff goes. So yeet hammer, this is it. And since this is defined here with an item texture, it should show up in the game. And in the behavior, yeethammer.json. I was calling this Wand of Yeet, but I think Hammer of Yeet is a little bit better. So let's save that. We are going to send this to the game. So oops. npm run local deploy. This should build this and send it to my local Minecraft install. And like I said, it's just very basic scaffolding. This thing literally does nothing. I just got the assets in place. Let's go see. Step one, can we load this thing in the world at all? And we'll go from there. I love it because you could just blow shit up. Well, the idea behind this, Chewy, is going to be that it actually is useless but funny. So it should be useless in that it doesn't actually do any damage. It just launches. We'll see if we can do that. Bonus points if I launch myself. let's see how that goes. Anyway, I've got a got a new world set up for this. Yeet Lab. So now in my available packs, I've got Useless Armory activated. That's the name of my add-on, because I was thinking of adding more to this later, but we're just starting with the Hammer of Yeet. Oh, I was talking about the other game. Oh, you're talking about Helldivers. Oh, okay. That does sound fun, actually. Debug tools is something I may or may not use. Useless Armory is made by JZims. That's what we just saw. Let's get in there and check this out. How you been, Chewy? Still, I guess you're in Helldivers now, because I remember you're taking a break from, Fortnite. All right, so we should be able to spawn this thing, hopefully. Give myself the JZims Yeet Hammer. There it is. Okay, so step one, it's showing up in the inventory with my icon. That's good. Hammer of Yeet. There it is. Okay, I mean, this is a great start. We got it showing up in the game. And it's just acting like any other weapon right now. I did no customization to it. This is what it looks like. So I'm not much of an artist. So all I did to make this asset is I took the mace from the game and I recolored it. What I did to recolor it was just, I took an amethyst shard and I took the color scheme from an amethyst shard and applied it to the mace. And honestly, I think it came out pretty cool looking. I'm into it. I think it's just gonna, yeah, see, it's just gonna act like any other weapon right now. Since this was cloned from the mace, I think it's just gonna do regular damage. So let's go back to the code and see if we can get this. So, I mean, in order to make this work, we're gonna need to detect when it strikes a mob. Let's first talk about what we need to do, I guess. I'm gonna need to figure out a way that I know when it hits an entity, and then when I hit the entity, I'm gonna have to apply some physics to it to send it instead of doing damage to it. I haven't written any scripts yet, so I think step one is let's write a script, just make sure our script is all hooked up, and then from there see if we can detect what entity I hit. So I want to see a message when I hit this that I hit a cow, or here I hit a horse. So let's switch back and see what we can do there. All right. Okay, so the scripting here happens in the main file. I think it's already been scaffolded a little bit with kind of some default stuff to run it. So honestly, I can just uncomment this. And this is just a loop. This runs this function, and then when the function's done, it runs again and just keeps looping. So I guess we can just log like a hello world here, go back and see how that works. World should be able to do this for us. This is Cursor trying to be smart. I kind of want to just do world send message to the world. Hello world. Let's yeet. How about that? Okay, so I'm gonna need to deploy that again. And I think I can actually do a watch on this for future, because I don't want to. Well, that didn't work. I thought there's a way to put a watcher on it so it would automatically rebuild each time, but let's not waste a ton of time on that. I should be able to just go back to the world here. Chewy, yeah, I've been chilling, man. Playing when I can. What about you? Yeah, I haven't really played Fortnite. I've been really interested in learning Minecraft in the ways that I can use JavaScript to like customize it and stuff. It seems really cool to me. Never been able to do any sort of like game dev or anything. So I've been enjoying being able to like affect the game with code through add-ons in Bedrock. And I like that Bedrock, everybody's able to join as well. So I've been able to get people on mobile, PC, and Xbox all in on my custom server from my last video, the MacBook Minecraft server. So that part of Bedrock's been really fun too. Damn, bro, you good at coding? Let's see. Wait and see, Chewy. Wait and see. Let's see if this thing even works. I think there's a reload command. Reloads all function and script files. Let's see. There it goes. Okay, there's way too many messages though. And that's because every time on the right there, you see a tick happening. Every time a tick happens, that code is running. So we are just blasting hello worlds. But the good news is the script's working. That's good. While that's running, I just want to find that watch command because it's going to really make our development a lot faster. I thought it was in a tutorial I was reading. Here it is. Yeah, npm run local deploy -- watch. That's supposed to be it. I don't know why it didn't work. I don't know if that's going to cause a problem with me logging all that stuff every tick. So real fast, I'm just gonna comment this out. So this would only run one time. This is like an infinite loop. It's like, hey, go run main tick runs, and then it calls itself, and then it just keeps going forever. So I'm just gonna not do that. Save this and redeploy. I just don't understand if it's gonna cause problems. I don't know why my watch command didn't work, but I guess we'll just manually do it. We'll manually do it each time. All right. Next up, so I said, so we got it spawning. We are able to write scripts, and I want to detect what type of entity I hit with the item. So let's try that. So let's see. I think we're gonna have to go to the docks to see what the events are. So I'm gonna pop over to the classes. Let's check on the world. World class. So I'm trying to hook into the eventing. Oh no. For some reason you can't see my Chrome window. That's better. I gotta fix that. But anyway, this is a world class. And what it will do is, as far as I understand, is emit different events. So like it will announce when things happen on the server. So these are events for the world. After events. This must just be after any event happens. We will call this thing. Before. I mean, how does it know before an event happens? I don't understand that. But we want after events. We want to know after I hit something. Let's take a look at this example. This music is way too intense for coding, dude. Let me change that. Let's get some, maybe some lo-fi. This is like insanely intense music. Okay, let's calm it down a bit, folks. Jeez. Just trying to figure this shit out. Chewy, damn, I gotta go, but I'm gonna come back and rewatch because I want to learn how to add this stuff as well. Have a great stream and good night, bro. Hey man, thanks. I appreciate any amount of time you can come through and hang out on the stream. Definitely catch the live stream after it's done, and I also plan to go clean this up into kind of a tighter video later about just the Hammer of Yeet in general. But thanks for coming through. I'll catch you next time, man. Good luck in Helldivers as well. Peace. All right, so we need essentially this. After events, but entity hit. Maybe my autocomplete might be able to help us here. So let's go. World after events. God, autocomplete is killing me. Trying out cursor. If anybody else has been using cursor, let me know what you think of it. After events player. We're kind of interested in entity. Okay, these are all the things that can happen to an entity. Entity die, entity load, entity hurt. Entity hit an entity. Hurt maybe, but I'm not trying to have my thing do any damage. Go back to the docks. I want to find an event that tells me the entity's been struck. Where's just a list of events? Here we go. These are the events on after. Let's check out before as well. Explosion item. We're interested in entity stuff. There's a few entity items in here. Let's see. Maybe it's on the player. Let's see what we got for player. Player emote, player input. Okay, well I can do when I interact with an entity. Join, leave, play, spawn. Not entirely sure what event I should look for when I strike. We can start with, this isn't quite how I wanted it to work, but we can start with player interacts with an entity just to get the loop working. And go from there. Also need to figure out, let's start with this. Player interact with entity. I don't know why that's not. These are all after events. Could be item used. Let's just see if this interact with entity works, but all right. So this should log something. We're gonna start with this. I want to do when I hit. I imagine this is like when you right click on an entity, but we're just gonna log the type of entity. So like this. We'll do our world. We'll send it to the world. It's easiest. All right. This is good. I don't think this is something we need to do. On every loop though, so this is good. We'll run this one time. We don't need the loop. I don't even want this condition. I simply want to, when I interact with an entity, I want to say that I yeeted whatever entity that was. So let's start there. Does this work? Back to Minecraft. All right, we gotta reload again. Let's yeet. Okay, we'll start with the cow. That does not count, I guess. What does interact mean then? Get on this horse? Oh. Interact is like that. Like I rode this horse. Jason's yeeted Minecraft horse. Okay, that's not it. Well, I know the script is kind of working. Well, we just need to find the right event to subscribe to when I go like this. All right. Let's go back to the docs. I really thought there was like an entity hit. After events. All right, we gotta get a special guest. All right, get out of here. All right. Hit. Item component hit entity. This could be something. The attacking entity had effect hit entity. Oh, here we go. I don't know how to use this though. I need to go. Is sneaking like, how do I listen? How do I subscribe to events on the entity? Well, let's revisit the intro to scripting maybe. All right, come here. I've got this entity. Just comes up, straight up sits right in front of the monitor, of course. All right, let's just read this real quick. See if there's any tips in the intro. Intro to scripting. We already did most of this. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Want to do something. It's all about just like getting players and spawn. It's like doing stuff. I want to listen. All right, let's try this one. This is a more advanced scripting. The other one was just spawning entities. It's not quite what we want. This one is fun, but not quite what we're trying to do. This one builds an arena when the game starts. But it does do break the terracotta. So it should, at some point, it should tell me how they're hitting the terracotta blocks. Let's see. Spawn. So this whole tutorial looks like you start the world. It creates this arena out of stone, and then it's gonna throw up terracotta blocks, and you're supposed to whack them. So not quite what I'm trying to do, but I'm hoping that the piece where it talks about breaking the terracotta blocks helps me figure out how to do stuff with items. Check for terracotta. What is this doing? Where does the whack happen? I don't see where. I don't see where it actually breaks it. This creates it. I want to see the final code and see if that helps. Yeah, this isn't helping. Where does the break happen? This is just every modulus 20 try to see if we need to spawn new terracotta. All right, if I can't find it in a couple minutes, I'm gonna go back to the docks. And then if I can't find it, maybe we'll just try. See if Cursor can Cursor can help us. I don't think it needs to worry about it actually, this code, because this is what's going on. It just gives the player a diamond sword and spawns a terracotta block, and you're gonna break it with the sword, like just default. There's like no additional logic to add there. So that was not helpful. Let's go back to the docks. Scripting. Okay, world dimension entity. Hope I don't have to like get all entities around my player. Like there's gotta be an event which would be on the world. This would be a world event for sure, because we're listening for anything that happens in the world. We can check before events. Item use has got to be like I eat something. Interact with entity we just did. That is when I hopped on the horse. Player leave. Weather change. Dang, I didn't expect to get hung up on the first event I need to listen to. Entity health changed could be it. Does the player count as an entity? This event fires when an entity hits. Entity hit entity. I guess let's try entity hit entity. I just don't know if I count as an entity. I thought I was a player. Item use. Player break. Player. Oh, this is the one we use, player interactive entity. Projectile hit entity. So this would be like if I shot an arrow. I feel like it's either that or a component. Entity hit entity, I feel like it's gonna be like the entities hitting each other. But we could try it. This one we know what it does. We'll just change this to interacted with, and then change this one to yeeted. Yeah, this doesn't work because this is entity hit entity. Let's just see. I didn't pay for cursor, but let's see what it has to say about this. How about right and event listener, or when a mace hits any entity. Let's see what it does. Looks like it went for the entity hurt. I guess we could start there. I wanted my thing to do no damage, is what set me down this path. I was just trying to only do when it gets hit. I was hoping for something different. Let's try this. Okay, let's take a look at what this does. So this is the after event. Entity hurt. I should know what did the damage and who got hurt. I should know if a player did it. And then let's not even worry about if it's a mace or not. Let's just log that. Okay, so we'll say world send message. Who did it? Hit what with? I want to know with what. Source.cause. Let's just log that, what the cause was. Okay. Let's see what this does. I'm expecting to see something at least when I hit. And I'll have to figure out the whole damage thing a little bit later. Let's go check it out. Reload. All right, let's see. We still got this working. Okay, I interacted with Minecraft horse. What happens here? Okay. All right, so that is working. And that is one way to do the hit. And I should have the entity. Okay, so this is who got hurt. This is entity object. Which means I should be able to now, when it gets hurt, apply some velocity to it or change its. I should be able to like move it basically. It's not working quite like I wanted. Like I want to know that it is actually. Let's put some to-dos in here. Oh, that's all it took to use up my free cursor license. Better pay up, I guess. I mean, it was quite helpful. Probably should pay up. All right, so we want to make sure that at some point we restrict this to only the yeet hammer. And then I also will want to restrict this to only neutral mobs, because I do not want to yeet hostile mobs. So we'll do that later, but let's continue to see. Now we at least have the entity and we can mess around a little bit. Okay, so let's see if we can go take a look at the entity class. Entity hurt. Okay, this tells me how much damage, who did it, and the hurt entity. This is what we got. Yep. Entity class. Let's check the methods on this. This is where I want to try to really mess with it. These are all just properties. What is it? What is it? Okay, so we got a couple different things here. We've got apply impulse. Applies the impulse vector to the current velocity of the entity. Oh, this is kind of exactly what we're trying to do. Clears his velocity and shoots him up in the air. What's the difference between that and apply knockback though? Oh, interesting. Okay, so apply knockback is a kind of a wrapper around apply impulse. Like, I I think they're the same. Applies impulse vector to the current velocity of the entity. Applies impulse vector to the current velocity of the entity. This one just takes a vector. Yeah, it's kind of like a helper function for apply knockback. So let's just do this. Horizontal, vertical strength. I mean, we've got an example for this. Why don't we just... Let's just try this. I think we should be able to use this and apply knockback as well, but let's just take this example since they gave one. Okay. The target. Apply impulse. I mean, we should be able to just paste the... This will be the target, obviously, not a zombie. Impulse, X, Y, 0.5. That doesn't seem like very much of vertical. Let's just crank this to 5 and see what happens. Give it a little X too. We want it to kind of out. 1 and 5. I don't know. Let's see what happens here. You eat the target. Let's go. Let's see if this works. Reload. Okay, sheep. Holy shit! What the fuck? Where did that sheep even go, bro? What? Oh my god. Yeah. Hey, there he is. That might be too much. That might be too much heat. Let's try the cow. We gotta dial that back a touch. There it is. Off the face of the earth. Okay, so we're close. I mean, it is indeed a yeet hammer. But I want them to stay in this universe. All right, let's go back. Let's try to tweak this a little bit. I guess I didn't understand these numbers. Let's try to read. Apply knockback is interesting. Let's see what are these values. This is it takes what? A vector 3. What does this mean? Why what? I don't understand what 5 is. Another thing is when they land, I don't want them to die like the sheep finally came down and the horse came down and just died. Somehow save the entity. What? Somehow eliminate fall damage. Like, I don't want them to die from this. I just want to send them. All right, before I go tweaking that, let's switch up to target dot apply knockback. This one seems a little more straightforward. Direction is a number. Direction Z is a number. Oh, interesting. So you can't go up with this one. This is knock back. So it will only go on the X. So I can... Oh wait, there's vertical strength. I guess let's see. Z is... Let's just mess with this. We'll go real simple. Ones. 1, 1, 1, 1. I guess let's try to summon a cow, but I don't think I need to. All right, well, let's try this guy. Oh, it's a little more reasonable. He didn't have much X. The vertical strength seems pretty high. I kind of like the look of the knockback a little bit more. All right, let's try messing with that. So we're very good on the vertical. Let's see if we can really send him. This is first arg, I think, was X. Let's ramp that up to 5. It's interesting. XZ is horizontal, and then yeah. So how far to send them X. So Z, I kind of want it to go nowhere. I only want X. And let's go really hard. I don't know what these units are, like 10 what? Let's try 10 and a vertical strength of 15. Let's see what that looks like. Really got to figure out that reload. The watcher. Let's see what happens to this, bro. Oh, shit. Okay. Did he land over here? That vertical strength is way too high. I need I want this to look more like a ramp out into oblivion, not a... Where the hell is he even going? It's like... Okay, 15 is far too much. Ones were reasonable. I guess let's take this one step at a time. With like a 1 and a 1 for the strength. Maybe the strength is way too high. And a 5. Let's try that. So that's a 5 on the X. 1 on strength. Maybe 15 strength vertical was way too much. Okay, let's see. I want him to shoot away from me. He's not really going that far on the X. Kind of curious what I'm gonna need. I think they'll always go the same way. I might need to look where I'm facing. If I hit him this way, I bet he's gonna go backwards. Yeah. So like they're always going in the same X. I'm gonna have to get my player dimensions and see which way I'm looking. Okay, I'm starting to get it. So this is, I think I'm starting to get it. This is X. So he should go 5 blocks that way. Which is about right, I think. So it went here. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do something about where I'm looking to actually yeet him the right way. So like, I would expect him to go here if I hit someone right here. Yeah, exactly right. So it goes 5. It takes my X position plus 5. So I'm going to need to do something with where I'm looking. And vertical strength, I think we all give maybe 1 pop. Let's go mess with it a little bit. All right. I mean, in that sense, what's the point? The impulse is a lot easier signature to read, but it has the strength portion, which might be a physics thing. I don't fully understand the difference between these two, but let's say I want this thing to go, like, what's a good distance? I'm thinking like 40 blocks on the X. So if I'm at, and then, so this is horizontal strength. Like, how fast should he travel 40 blocks, I believe. So I think this was actually not bad. So let's change that and then maybe bump vertical to 2 and see what we get. Let's try. All right. How do I set time of day? I don't like the night. Okay, so it should send me 40 blocks. Let me get to 0. Can I teleport? Oh, fuck. Where? Just send myself. Oh, God. Where am I? I didn't consider that 0 might not be on the ground. Oh, God. Why did I do this? Oh. Get me out of here. What am I, in a mountain? God. Just happened to be in a friggin' mountain. Honestly, the last place I was at was better. Because it was flat. I need flat ground to test my yeets. So this was a waste of time. Let me go back to some flat ground. All right, this looks pretty good. I'm just trying to get to a positive X so that it's a little easier. Yeah, this will be good. Okay, so it should go, let's summon a cow. It should go 40 blocks that way with some new intensity levels. Okay, what? Oh, did I reload? Okay, we're getting closer. We are getting closer. He did not go 40 blocks, though. So that vertical intensity is... it's just too much. I mean, I kind of like the vertical, but I want him to go more on the X. And they really, I need them to not take fall damage. Huh. Okay. Well, let's go back to the original. We'll go back to impulse. X on 40. Y should be up, down. So I think like if these are blocks, like maybe I'm still wrong there. Like 10 blocks up, 40 blocks out, nothing on the Z. Let's see how this looks. Jesus, we just vanished. Okay, so impulse is the closest we're getting here. Let's go back and try to tweak impulse just a little bit. Or sorry, knockback. I feel like knockback got us fairly close. Let's just try. So let me read this again. I don't know if it's blocks. It's like direction. Like what direction? Let's see if Cursor can help us out here. I already exceeded my tokens. But let's see if they're letting me have some free stuff. Explain the difference between entity, apply impulse, and apply knockback. Okay, wow. Impulse, direct vector force in the form of XYZ, applies the force immediately in the exact direction and magnitude specified, which is why I think we were seeing them just launch. Relative to the world's coordinate system, more precise control over the direction and magnitude. Okay, so this is more like what I was thinking. 40 blocks right, 10 blocks up, 0 blocks forward, backward. But it applies instantly. Oh, interesting. This is a little better because this is applied relative to the entity's current facing direction. This is a different signature than I was seeing. Apply knockback did not have, has direction as the first. This seems to think it's strength. Oh, the direction parameters X, Y, Z are multipliers that determine how the force is distributed. More natural feeling knockback that takes into account the entity's orientation. So this is the base force of 40, which does not line up with what I was reading in the docs. The docs say apply. Oh. It is force. So well, my TypeScript definition is just wrong here. Because this says direction. This is just wrong. Now it all makes sense. Okay. Base force of 40. No horizontal force. Some up force. And 2 back force. Okay. So it's a multiplier on the 40. They should still get pushed forward 2x, but I think we want more than that. So the main difference between the two is knockback is more combat-like because it takes into account the entity's orientation, while apply impulse is better for precise directional forces, regardless of where the entity is facing. Okay, so give me some numbers that would look like a full-on send. While keeping the entity in sight. Let's try out what AI has to say on this one. Okay. So cursor is on board with what we're trying to do here. A dramatic but controlled yeet effect. It knows what's up. Okay, this is for a high arcing throw. For a long flat throw. I think high arcing, but let's read these. A long flat throw. A dramatic spiral effect. I like that. Okay, I mean, let's try the spiral effect real quick. That's annoying. I was going off this TypeScript definition here. Which just didn't match. All right, let's go back. Oops. Summon, not spawn. You know, I have a script. Why don't I just summon a sea of cows around me? Like, this is stupid that I keep doing this. Oh, God. Okay. I think the AI was a little off on the... Like, where is it? is ridiculous. It's too much send. I can't even see where they're going. All right, that's way too much. Let's go back to what we originally had and tweak it a little bit now that we know what the values are. Okay. Full force of 40. Nothing on the Z. We want oh, 1 point. Let me just read the frickin' docs. Horizontal force. Like, this is totally different. This signature is only two numbers. Horizontal force and vertical strength. But what am I even doing here? I'm reading the wrong signature. Horizontal force and vertical strength would be like 60. Vertical strength 50. Oh, let's do 40. I do want it to go up quite a bit, but we've been having trouble with it launching off the screen, so let's try 10. See, this is saying this is wrong. That is not what I see here. What is this? It's an interface, so maybe it is correct. I want to go back to the original getting started so I can spawn stuff around me. Get player. Yeah, I need this get player. So I should be able to call it get player. And this assumes, this is really dumb code that just assumes I'm the only person in here, which is okay for now, I suppose. Get player dimension, get player location. Nice that you can just pass in this. When would you not be in the overworld or the nether? I know I'm always going to be in the overworld right now, so let's just not worry about what dimension I'm in. player. Curious what my ID is. Me.name. So let's change this to hello. Me.name. Let's yeet. Oh. Okay. Well, if there's no me, do nothing. There should be a me. Here I want to spawn. Oh, I need to know my dimension in order to put it. In order to put it there. Where did I get dimension? Oops, wrong one. Be like me dot dimension spawn entity me dot location. So let's just spawn like 20 cows on me. Minecraft cow at my location. And then this way I'll have some entities to hit. Then I wanted to mess with this knockback a little bit. I remember it was looking okay with 40 on the X, 0 on the Z. These are multipliers. This was looking okay, so let's take this to 60. And then horizontal multiplier. I guess this would be like how it is divided up between the 60. So does that mean if I do like, would this be like 60% of it goes to horizontal strength and 40% goes to vertical? I'm not sure. Let's see. At least I'll have cows. Hopefully. Right out the gate when I reload here. Yeah. All right, that's way better. Let's see. Okay, that didn't do anything. Okay, we're not getting it here. I want it to go farther than it goes high. We looked okay with a 1.5. Let's just try 3x with a 1.5. 5 on the vertical. All right, we're getting closer. Yeet, 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 yeet. We just need more on the X, so let's go back and crank the X to 10. I'm liking the height. Okay. Yes! Why did it disappear? Though. This might be too much. We're getting close though. He must just be going outside the amount of renderable blocks. Because that time I followed him, he didn't disappear. Yes! I think I maybe just can't see much further. Yeet. I think we can actually deal with just a... That's pretty dang close. Ooh. Oh, see, he disappeared though. I think we gotta dial back the X just a little bit. With more vertical. I think I'm just going outside what is renderable, maybe. I'm just gonna take the horizontal strength down to 9 and vertical up a little bit more to 3. Let's try this. Getting way too many cows now. I should, every time it restarts, like, destroy all the cows. Okay. Why are they disappearing? It's too much? When I chased it, it worked. It's too much. We gotta dial it back. Okay, it was close. Maybe strength? Overall strength down to 40. The height was looking okay to me. But let's go to 2 and 8. Just, if I understood this more, I would go faster. But I don't think I fully understand. Alright, in hindsight, I didn't need this many cows. I could have just summoned 1 each time. That's looking good. Yes. That's pretty good. Okay, the direction thing needs to be solved. That is pretty good for a yeet thing. I mean, I would say maybe even a little higher would be nice. Okay. Alright, I'm Jay Zims. This is the Yeet Hammer. The Hammer of Yeet. I think we can go a touch more. We're gonna tweak it just a touch more. I think we can get a maybe like 45 total. On the direction. So they're all flying that way. Let's also try flipping it, I bet. I think I need to get the way I'm facing and send them whichever way I'm facing. Because if I send this to 45 with just a touch more vertical. Now I'm expecting it to, they were all flying the same way. I'm expecting it to fly the opposite way now. Okay. Reload. Okay, they were all flying which way before? Towards that tree. They should go the opposite now, right? Yeah. That's pretty nice. But they're flying a little bit out of range again. This cracks me up, dude. A little too much. I gotta dial down the vertical. All right, let me try just one more thing. It's like the vertical gets a little too high, you lose them in the sky. So let's try this one. The local deploy is key. Just learned about that when I was researching how to do this. I'd like him to go faster. That's pretty good though. I think we're honing in on it. They can't go much higher than that or they disappear in the sky. But what about on the x-axis? Can we crank this back to 60? Now that I think we've found the sweet spot of the vertical. A reload command is also pretty friggin' key. Yeah, the vertical was a big part of it. Now let's just go wild with it. I'm curious if number matters at all. Like if I... Direction. Like, does this just mean any... Like, could this just be any positive number? On Z, basically. I'm very curious. Does this look exactly the same? Yeah. It's just the direction. I could do just one. It's all about this horizontal strength. And they're always going to fly that way, so I need to figure out which way my player is looking. And dynamically choose these. And then horizontal strength. Instead of 8, let's make it 12. How that goes, I'm curious if I could look at the player. The player who did the damage. I would like to look at the entity. Well, I bet it's... Oh, this is all entity. Is location. Okay. So player location gives me a vector 3, which is going to have all of this. But how do I know which way they're facing? Location is one thing, but how do I see where they're facing? Anyway, we can get back to that. Let's see what 12 looks like. I'm gonna straight up crash the game here in a second. Creating way too many cows. I'm gonna have to comment that code out. Oh. Okay, that's too much. It's like you're sending them farther than I can even render. Okay, 12 is too much strength. This could be smarter, but it's just for debugging, so I just stop spawning them for now. So I've got plenty. I got plenty of cows. 8 was looking pretty solid. Let's just send the strength to 9. I kind of want to see how far we can push it before it stops looking good. Okay. There we go. 9 is where it's at, I think. That looks pretty good. I'd love to yeet them a little higher, but they seem to disappear when you do it. Like, even that was too much. They sometimes go out of view. It's pretty good. I might switch it to like 8.5 just so it always stays in view. .5. I'd love to get just a little more vertical. I'm gonna push it to 225 just to see if we can deal with that. And then the last thing I want to do before we wrap up there's a lot I want to do. I want to prevent the fall damage. I want to restrict all this to only yeet hammer, because this is like this. You're gonna see this effect if I do damage to them with anything. So we gotta restrict it to the yeet hammer, neutral mobs, eliminate fall damage. I want to do all this, but I think a good stopping point will be if we can just figure out the direction of the player, and I want to send it whichever way I'm looking. I don't know if that's easy or not. Let's see. Let's go take a quick look at the player. It's got to be on the player. This is entity class. Where's player? Player must be an entity then. Yeah, player extends entity. Name on screen display. Player had, or must be on the entity class. It's not specific to a player. What dimension it's in, is climbing, is falling, is in the water, is on the ground. Location. It's not quite what we need. Get rotation. That sounds about right. Returns the current rotation component in degrees. Well, let's log this. Let's log this and see what we're working with. How am I going to change degrees into an X and a Z? That might be a question for the AI. But let's log and see what we're working with. One second, my cat is trapped. I'll be back in 2 minutes, and we will take a look at rotation and then wrap up the stream from there. If anyone is hanging out in the chat or watching this afterwards, let me know in the comments what you think of the yeet hammer so far and what you'd like to see different about it. I'll be right back. So I wanted to log the player's rotation, which I believe should be where I'm facing. The source is the player that did it. I guess I'll just log it here when I send the message. Player dot get rotation. Oh, get view direction. That sounds more like it. Current view direction. Okay. Player. I'll just add it here. All right, so I should see which direction I'm looking now when I hit one. Oops, it's a vector. It's a vector 3. Vector 3, so yeah, that was really stupid that I tried to log out that vector 3. Let's take a look at what a vector 3 is again. It's just an X, Y, and Z. So what I need is X and Z, I think. Which should be the direction I want it to go. Okay. So I'm gonna just say X and Z. I don't care if I'm looking up or down. Get interesting that they have view direction and rotation. Okay, so I'll just call this viewing X view. I guess player view probably. Player view Z. Player view X, player view Z. I will add this here, but I think that I should be able to apply the knockback to X and Z. Player view X, player view Z. Okay, my log is getting quite long. This I'm hoping will send it in the direction I'm looking. Let's find out. All right. Look at that. Yeet. Yeet. There we go. Yes. Yes, we've pretty much got the yeet hammer, dude. I mean, we obviously have some small improvements that we want, but this is looking pretty solid. Okay, I think we did it. Let's go. Awesome. So there's more we want to do for this. And the thing is, if I hit it with anything, it's gonna launch. This isn't technically the yeet hammer because I can hit it with this meat and it will fly. See, with an entity attack. Woo! I mean, it's gotta be easy for me to figure out what hit the thing. Let's just take a quick look. I think we start at what the event is. Entity her after event. Should say how much damage. Really? I mean, that's all? Let's go into this entity damage source. Cause? Entity attack. This really doesn't tell you. Huh. Well, I guess we're gonna have to leave that for another time. Like, what would I do? Check my... Just ask the AI one more time. How can I check which item ID did the damage? Still working. Looks like it's saying you gotta check the slot of the player. What is the player holding? That is smart. Didn't even think of that. So I do have the player. Player get component. So you get the inventory. Item 0 is the main hand slot. Is that true? Let's go back to player docs real quick and validate this. We were looking at player. Is. Interesting. Can an entity have something in their hand? Let's check the entity functions. This is a cool function. Get entities from view direction. We could make it so that all entities in my view fucking launch. Okay, get component. I remember the more advanced thing had here, because this was equipping it for all the players. Get their player get component, which would be their inventory. That seems similar to what this is trying to do. This gets the inventory. I mean, this is just kind of choking. This is in like a half-built state. I'm gonna have to reject this. But let's try this first. Let's get the inventory. So the source of the damage is a player. Let's get the player and then we'll get their inventory. Get component. Inventory. And then, I mean, it was saying that the main hand is, let's just ask it again. How do I, given a player, how do I check what is in its main hand? It's inventory.container. Let's just see if this works. just gonna take these two. Let's just see if this works. We won't spend too much time on it. I'm just gonna log this item ID. You know this works. Player hit the type with item ID. Let's see if this works. Hopefully that says yeet hammer. I don't understand most of this stuff. It says it returns an inventory component. I don't understand most of that, so let's just see what happens. Okay, all my cows vanished. Okay, it does work. But it says acacia planks. This is wrong, dude. It's doing this one. Not what's in my hand. Yeah, that's just straight up wrong. Okay, ChatGPT is wrong yet again. Well, not ChatGPT. What model was this using? Auto. I don't know what model it was using, but this is straight up bad. Let's go back to the old-fashioned way. Bedrock script get main hand item. Let's do this the old-fashioned way. Frickin' Google search. The heck? Got an overflow with no answer. We're back in the code. Main hand. This is interesting. Equipment slot enumeration. Why is it so hard to figure out what's in his main hand? Why is this a function for an entity set on fire? Has component is probably not it. Get property. Huh. Has component. So this would mean I have. Let's try this. Maybe this would be an okay start while I do more research. So we would say I don't think we want any of this. This was all wrong. This is just getting my inventory and taking the first one in the grid. So get this out of here. Let's try. If player has component JZims Yeet hammer, which should match up with the item JSON. Yes. All right. Let's just I wonder if this is like, if it's on me, like I'm holding it, or if it's in my inventory. We'll send a message. You have the yeet. Okay. What happened? Oh. I need my cow spawner back. That didn't work. God, I didn't think that figuring out what it was hit with would be a hard piece of the puzzle. But I guess we're gonna have to figure that out another time. So essentially what we made is a yeet mod. So with this on, all players will just yeet everything that they hit. So we got the hammer in the game. Shows up, you can use it. It does damage and sends the player, or sends the mob that was hit. Some stuff we missed out on was checking if it was actually the right thing you're holding, which we'll have to circle back to that one. Restricting it to neutral mobs, eliminating fall damage, and we did find out the direction the player was looking, so that was pretty good. Yeah, I would just like to figure out what is in the hand of the player when you do the hitting. This is pretty good. Let me know what you think in the comments. This was fun to build. I spent a lot longer at the start. What were we hung up on at the start was figuring out what event to even trigger all this stuff off of. Ended up settling on the entity hurt event. That took longer than expected, and not having quick access to what specific item did the damage was unexpected. The damage event handler is just very generic, because there's so many different things that could inflict damage in the world that aren't items. So it makes sense. Just didn't quite expect it, but we did get the cows and the mobs all getting yeeted, which was really fun. We ended up using the apply knockback function, which is kind of just a wrapper around apply impulse, it seems, and use the player view. That was a ton of fun, and I learned a lot. This is all very new to me, and I'd like to get the code watcher working too, so I don't have to keep redeploying every time I make a change, but we'll get there. Let me know in the comments what you think of the yeet hammer. Thanks for hanging out with me so far. I think I'll either be back to work more on the yeet hammer, or I had a couple other ideas. One I was calling mid-easies, which are like Midas boots, but everywhere you walk, it'll turn the block that you step on into gold that you can't mine, which could be pretty sweet because it looks like gold that you're turning everything into, but when you try to mine it, it's just fool's gold, basically. I think that'd be pretty cool. And the chicken cannon was another idea I had, which is essentially just a stick that launches chickens out of it every time you click it. But let me know in the comments what you think of these. Should I keep working on the yeet hammer? Do you want the yeet hammer? Should I package this up and give it out to y'all? Just let me know what you think. This is fun. I'm just trying to learn, and I'm sure I'll be back trying something new very soon. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.